One. And we are here today for our ALA Publisher Spotlight author, illustrator, narrator focus. This time with Shabazz Larkin of the Think. Welcome, Shabazz.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here rapping with you about bees.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing any rapping. That is not on my skill set, but that's okay, because we just want to remind everyone how gorgeous your book is, The Thing About Bees.
I got it too. Look, you do the front, I'll do the back. This is the back, you got the front.
No, look at all those. He's got stripes. It's like a bumblebee. I think that's intentional. So the book has been out since last fall, and it is wonderful. You guys need to read it. But let's talk a little bit about the audiobook, because it is out this month in June, National Pollinator Month. Perfect timing. So tell us a little bit about the experience of making it, working with Arnie Cardillo of Live Oak Media, and a little bit about that, and your whole family. Your whole family was there.
Yeah, we all got to jump in on this. I mean, the whole book has been a process of my whole family just sort of jumping in together. From the very beginning of the book, we wrote this down in Virginia, where I'm from, and where we were sort of playing around in the sort of the fields. We were doing a lot of time outside, and you know, the boys' kind of playfulness is what really inspired what this was supposed to be about. And so I wanted them to be a part of this process from the beginning. So from the way that I work is I work from original photographs, and then I take those photographs and turn them into illustrations. And so, you know, when this thing all started, I had to dress my boys up, take them around town. We jumped around. I took pictures of them jumping on. My wife is over there snapping pictures of me playing with the boys, and then illustrating the book. You know, sometimes I'd have them and they come scribble and mess something up. God, you're ruining the book. But really, I leave them in there. You know, the playfulness that you see in some of the illustrations, some of the weird, playful lines, is just because maybe that might have been my son messing it up.
There's so much energy in them. It's just wonderful.
Oh man, like I mean, and it really comes from my boys. They really kind of bring that to my spirit, and so I'm glad that some of that gets to kind of pop out on the page. Anyways, what?
And they were with you in the studio, right, when you recorded, and they actually contributed to that.
Yes. So all the way up to like the audiobook, you know, they had to be a part of that as well. And so we jumped in, and we got to kind of play around. The boys got to, like make all the buzzing noises and, play around. It was a lot of fun.
When you heard the final audiobook, what did you think? What was your first thought?
Oh, it's magical. You know, I didn't really know what was going to come out of this, but what Arnie did was just, I mean, he really brought to life the voice that's in my head when I'm reading to my boys, and even more so, like he made it even more magical. So it's really lovely being, I wrote it and I illustrated it, so I have this kind of this scrutinize every detail, and so I own every detail, and so it was really weird to kind of let someone else sort of add to it. And I gotta say, he added magic and beauty, and it's such a playful, it's almost like a Disney fairy tale now. So I love what he's done.
Your subtitle for this is A Love Letter, and tell us a little bit about how The Thing About Bees is a love letter to your kids, your boys.
Well, it's a kind sort of an unconventional love letter. I mean, in one sense, it really is a letter about me telling my sons how much I love them, right? So much so that I guess the whole point of the book, spoiler alert, is, hey, without the bees, we wouldn't have a lot of things like our food, you know, I didn't talk about this in the book, but even our clothes, like, you know, we have like a sort of a catastrophic scenario in our world without the bees, because they're responsible for so much. Even though they also sort of kind of cause this terror, because anytime you see a bee, you're running away from you, scared of these little creatures. And I have this.
You rank the bees by friendliness in there. So you know which ones that you should probably not antagonize and which ones just be still and it'll be fine.
Yeah, there are some bees. There's some bees that are not, you know, bees and wasps, because, you know, usually they got a stinger. We just call them a bee, but actually there is a difference. And there are friendly wasps as well. They're not all wasps are made mean. But in the guide, in the back of the book, you know, we kind of showed a little bit about, like, you know, which ones are friendly and which ones mean, to kind of help you know what to be afraid of. And that actually is kind of the point of the whole book. Is sort of, there's the point is, hey, like, if you know something about the thing you're afraid of, it can make you a lot less afraid of it. And that's sort of a lesson about bees, but it's also a lesson about life, about people that we don't know and we don't understand. It's a lesson about any kind of situation where you might feel fear. You know, find out more about it and you might be able to survive it.
Yeah, you change the fear to respect.
Yeah.
That works. So tell us a little bit about the original book and how you and Readers to Eaters came together. As everyone knows, Readers to Eaters is a publisher. They do exquisite books about food literacy, 1 or 2 a year. So to be picked by Philip Lee to be the author illustrator of his next book is quite a thing. How did that come about?
Listen, Readers to Eaters is my family. You know, you know, we've done 3 books together. And I'm honored every time they call. Philip is one of the loveliest people that I've ever met, and his wife June, another the 2 most loveliest people I know, and they're amazing publishers. You know, when I first started with them, I kind of felt like, hey, what was important was teaching kids about food, like teaching them just lessons about food. But, you know, one of their big things that they've taught me is, hey, you don't have to have some grand lesson. We just want to get them talking about food. And more, because we become the things that we pay attention to, right? And so if we can get kids to just take a second to talk about it, to think about pollination, to think about where their food comes from, to think about where these sources is, then they're going to become healthier and more connected to the earth and the food system.
I really love that. We become the things we pay more attention to. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's amazing. Well, I think we've taken up enough of your time today. I know you've got so many projects going on, but we really, really appreciate you taking time out to talk with us and talk about the process of creating the book and the audiobook and so much goodness in the world. So thanks for being with us today, Shabazz.
Thank you for having a second to chat with me. And so I just want to say, whoever's watching, listen, if there's anything that you're afraid of, learn more about that thing so that you can be brave to face that thing. So thank you all for, oh, look. Oh, here it is. There it is again. I showed it to you already. There it is. Thank you guys. All the support and love behind this little book. I just really appreciate everyone who has went out and made it a part of your bedtime ritual. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.